What's good, everyone? It's your homie Hermit. We're back with another video. This time, I wanted to talk about how my bass playing journey started, what my goal was originally, and what I want now out of the instrument and playing the bass. Uh, Originally, when I started playing the bass, when I first wanted to start playing the bass, I was 16 years old. I got the Dean Edge, the black one right behind me. I got that when I was 16. Wanted to learn how to play a bunch of like Linkin Park, My Chemical Romance, Nirvana, stuff like that that I was into as a teenager. And I learned that not necessarily Nirvana, but like my Chemical Romance and Linkin Park and The Used and stuff like that, it was not interesting to me to play. I just found it very boring. So that made me lose interest in the instrument altogether. Uh, Listening to Iron Maiden, I was like, hey, Steve Harris is a badass. Uh, I want to check out playing the bass guitar again. I was 28 when I picked it back up, 27, something like that. Uh, and I'm like, I want to learn how to play Iron Maiden songs. And then I checked out like tablature for Iron Maiden. I was like, well, it's going to take a little bit to get there. So I started practicing with various genres: soul, uh, hard rock, post grunge, punk rock. There's even a couple songs from like movies that are like kind of like theater type songs that I've been learning how to play, some Christmas songs, stuff like that, you know? So I was like, I'll just try to learn anything and everything that I can. Anything and everything that I possibly can play, I'll try to learn it. And through that journey, uh, I've really discovered that I enjoy playing soul, doo-wop, funk, disco way more than I enjoy playing punk rock or hard rock or the things that I wanted to initially play. The exception being Nirvana, because Nirvana, Chris Novoselic is just amazing. He made things that were like on paper. It's like, yeah, that's gonna that's gonna be a cool disco line or a cool nice little groove or something. And he's like dipping it in acid, dipping it in bleach, and just making it grungy and punk rock infused and beautiful. Uh, so one of the very first bass lines I uh, learned how to play was Love Buzz by Nirvana. As of right now, I can play about 40 songs, play with at a certain speed, or play a part of. I should put that asterisk on there. I can probably play like 5 songs, current like full speed without the tablature. I was saying, out of those 40 songs, two of them are Nirvana songs. I originally really wanted to play Nirvana and Blink 182 and stuff. Uh, I know a couple bits of Blink 182 songs, but I haven't. I've learned that I need much more practice with a pick, much more practice with a pick before I'm going to start playing Mark Hoppus songs. But I not just that, but I learned that that's just not the journey that I wanted to take when I learned more about the instrument. So where you start isn't always where you're going to want to end up. Like I initially wanted to start off as a punk rocker. Then as I got older and I wanted to dive back into the instrument, I was like, I want to be a heavy metal player, like a classic heavy metal player. And now I'm like, dude, like the funky stuff is what I love. And like even the more poppy stuff, like I get crap a lot by it. On my live streams, I play Dua Lipa, but her bass lines are amazing. Like even pop songs have amazing bass lines. So I like playing stuff that makes me want to dance. You know what I mean? And so, as a beginner, I want to put that message out there for other beginners because I don't know who watches my videos. You know, it could be someone who's been playing 8 years, could be someone who's been playing 8 days. But don't always set in stone as soon as you pick up the instrument. I only want to play this or I only want to play that because it can change with one song. For me, that one song was sitting on the dock of the bay. I picked it up because I was like, oh, this, it's a song that I really like. It's real popular. It's going to be recognizable for people to hear and be like, oh, I know what song he's playing. And it just opened the door for me. And next thing I knew, I was looking into playing, like I wanted to start playing Jameson. I wanted to start playing stuff from like Blondie. I started to want to dive into a lot more. I started to want to dive into a lot more doo-wop stuff. Uh, and I was just like, you know, I really dig the the direction that I did take because it not just gave me a different outlook on music as a whole, but it gave me like a newfound confidence when listening to these songs. Because like before, I was like, I'm not the type of guy who's gonna be caught dead listening to Blondie in public. Now, I if Heart of Glass comes on, dude, I will crank it up. Don't get me wrong. I still want to learn songs like For Whom the Bell Tolls and Enter Sandman and I want to learn as many Iron Maiden songs and like Black Sabbath songs as I can. But I found my heart is with soul and funk and disco. So just let the that a good word of advice from someone who doesn't know much about playing itself is just let the music guide you and your journey will go the way that it is meant to go. I talked to this one buddy of mine plays the bass. He plays a couple different instruments, but he told me he was like, because I showed him this poster that I got back there is a bunch of scales and modes and different stuff like that. And I showed him, I was like, this is gonna really help me. And he's like, all that stuff is great and very necessary to learn if you want to be able to freestyle on the bass and stuff like that, which I do, or if you want to create your own music and stuff like that, which not so much, but I would love to just be able to play and people be like, nice. Uh, but he was like, the stuff that he goes, the stuff that you play, the stuff that you learn to play on is going to stick with you, I was told. And he's like, it'll become your native sound. And I'm like, if like jumping between, like hopping over strings and doing stuff like that is going to develop into what I like to throw in the mix when I'm just freestyling on the bass guitar, then that is awesome. That is totally welcomed. I know there wasn't much or any at all bass playing in this video, so I'll be sure to add a clip somewhere in here of me of me playing the bass guitar. But it's just I just wanted to make this video to say that just because you have it in your mind when you first pick up your instrument that I want to play Misfits or Black Flag or whatever, and you turn out to be the type of guy who's playing Bob Seger and Rush. There's nothing wrong with that, especially Rush, dude. Oh my god, if you can play Getty bass lines, you're amazing in my playbook. I would love, don't get me wrong, I would love to be in the position to where I'm just slapping it and coming up with all sorts of funky stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to play stuff that not just sounds amazing and people are going to be like, "Oh my god, he's incredible," because I'm not incredible right now, but I want to play stuff that puts a smile on people's face and if they're willing to dance, it'll make them dance, you know? I believe her name was Carol Kay. Like she said, when you're playing with the metronome, you want to make it sound like it's its own little boogie, you know? So you just do your thing and the music will guide you in the right direction. And that is a lesson that I learned far too late into my journey. So that's why I wanted to make a video all about that. Since the original video didn't have much bass playing for a bass channel, I figured I'll show you guys what I've been working on since the last video has been uploaded. Here's a little something that me and a friend have been working on. Uh, she plays the violin, and we want to learn how to play a song together. So we're gearing up. I know it's early, but I don't think either of us has experience when it comes to playing with another person. So uh, I'll be playing the bass, she'll be playing the violin, but we are getting ready for a Christmas song. Uh, and it's Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. That's that's basically like the whole song, and then it goes, you know. But so that's a nice little treat. But I'm really excited to be playing with somebody for the first time because as of right now, I'm just a bedroom bassist, which there's nothing wrong with being a bedroom bassist, but I want to play with people. um, I just love this. I fucked it up at the end. That's another thing that I got thrown off with that short scale. Wasn't expecting having to jump from one to each other and having to adjust and getting used to it. And like I was expecting to have to get used to the short scale and then pick this one up, be fine. I hit I hit those so often, but practice makes perfect. Um, Another one I've been working on is Creep by Stone Temple Pilots, but you know, I I, I do that a lot. In my spare time when I practice, it's mostly on the short scale, so that's my problem. I got to start practicing more with my full length bass guitars, or at least get a short scale that sounds good plugged into this because it's awesome for practice. But if I want to record videos and stuff, it doesn't sound the best. And it constantly needs tuned. So for a $60 guitar, I'm not going to complain. But if you spent more than $60, I feel bad for you. I fucked that up. You know, like I said, practice makes perfect. Another thing, because of that chart, I've been working on chords. I think this is major 7, major 6, major 6. That's my bad. No, hit 2 strings. That's one way I know to do it. Like in one key. I still don't know terminology. I'm saving up. Gonna be taking lessons. But I know this one. And I know that you can do it all throughout the neck. And it'll sound good. So we're working on stuff. So I know major and major 6, because major is the same thing, but you just add one more onto it to make it major 6, from my understanding. So, you know, I'm just an asshole on the internet who's trying to learn some stuff and record his progress. So don't judge me too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this little clip of me acting like a fool and getting a little bit of bass playing in for the video. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you at the next one. Peace.